Welcome back to Whitt Acres. It's still March, even though our last video we were in about 4 inches of snow, but now it's 70 degrees and sunny, so we're outside and we're going to do some pruning that needs done before the spring really sets in. The first thing we need to prune are our Hellebores, because they're the first thing that starts to come up and flower, and we want to get them kind of freshened up so whenever they are flowering they look really nice. I have a few of these Hellebores in the perennial bed, so I'll be pruning those first. I leave the leaves on through fall and winter to keep the crown safe and warm, and then in the spring as they start popping up their new growth, you can identify all the new growth. It's pretty easy to see, and you just prune out all the bad growth. You can either mulch over it or take it to your compost and let it compost and add it next year. The leaves will degrade pretty quickly under the mulch if you want to just mulch over it, but I'm not mulching during the time that they're flowering, so I'm going to clean them up, just get all the leaves cut out and pulled out, and I'm going to take them to my compost. Now all the beautiful flowers can shine through and they're looking a lot nicer. Pup, you coming over for a look-see? Huh, coming over for a look-see, pup. Alright, we have a few more of these. This one's the next one. And we don't have a lot of new growth coming up on this one, so I'm going to reach down in there and look. And yeah, I don't see a lot of new growth on it yet. Just right here. So I'm going to get all this pruned back, and then maybe we'll get some more of those to pop out. We did find a couple more points of new growth and some more even down in there coming up. So that one's a smaller one, but looks just fine. It'll get bigger. Also, you can see the hyacinths are starting to poke out of the ground as well. I have a nice big Hellebore right here, and I can see some new growth deep down in there, but it all looks pretty bad because of the old leaves. I'm going to go in there and get that cleaned up. Seems to be the perfect time to be coming in here and doing this, because we have buds all over this plant, but you couldn't see them. So actually when they get bigger, I'll be able to see them now that all the other leaves aren't in the way. So now that the Hellebores are pruned back, there's a couple other things in the perennial bed that need pruned back as well. Oh, puppy. But puppy needs some attention. One would be Sedum. Sedum looks very nice all through winter with these seed pods on the thin branches, but it's time to prune them back so the new growth can start shining through down at the bottom. Now that I got her all cut back, if I pull away the leaves, we'll be able to see the new growth coming up through. all new shoots all under those leaves. So I'm gonna leave them go, let them come through the leaves on their own, now that they don't have all the stalks in their way. These obviously make a great dried flower too. You can make a really nice bouquet out of them, or throw them in your compost. The last thing I need to come in and prune is my hibiscus. I have 2 hibiscus down in this perennial bed area, and they're dead sticks. So I need to prune those back, give way for the new sets coming up. And we don't prune these back in the fall because you don't want to open up any wounds to the plant that frost can get into or disease. So you just want to leave them till spring if you can. I mean, I don't mind the look of them. But leave them till spring, then cut them back, and that's the safer way to prune. I prune mine straight down to the ground like that. We can pull some of these leaves off if we want, but don't be alarmed if you don't see any signs of new growth on these. These can be one of the last things to produce new growth in the new season. So give these some time, wait until it really warms up before you expect any growth out of the hibiscus. This sedum got flattened when we lost our giant maple tree and it fell on it. But you can see how it recovered with a 90-degree angle and still produced a good show for the fall. Go back and check out that video of when we lost our 100-foot maple tree, the twin sister to this maple. It was a sad time last spring. So go back, check out that, and see what the garden looked like back then. Alright, so we got a few things pruned up in the perennial garden and it's looking nice and clean. I have a few more places that I have sedum around the property that I need to go ahead and prune back today. If you want to see how the garden comes together this season, go ahead and subscribe down below. Hit that like button before you leave. And you can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching.